Hi everyone, Bass Fisherman 143 here, and today I'm going to be going over a few of my ice fishing lures, and I'm going to be giving tips on how to use them and my favorite methods of using them and what to use them with. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Alright, so let's start out with some basic equipment. These are basic ice fishing hooks known as teardrops. They are most commonly used for panfish. They're almost always tipped with waxworms or minnows or whatever your favorite ice fishing bait might be. I prefer waxworms for bluegill and minnows for perch and crappie, but that's just a preference. So these are very good actually. Usually just giving them a little jig will attract pretty much any panfish while ice fishing. My favorite colors are the green, the chartreuse, the bright neon kind of yellowish green, as you can see there on the left side. Those catch the most for me. I mean, I have caught, don't get me wrong, I have caught a lot on other colors too. I'd say my second favorite would be probably pink. Panfish seem to like the brighter colors the most. That's just what I have found out. So I guess there's not too much more to talk about with these guys. Let's move on to some crankbaits. Okay, so here are some ice fishing crankbaits. Ice fishing crankbaits are usually used for catching pike and walleye. However, you can catch some very large perch and crappie off these, and maybe even some bluegill too. Bass also like these. People usually don't generally fish for just bass during the ice fishing season, but a lot of times bass are accidentally caught off these, so yeah. And I have caught, I think, a couple bass using these and some nice perch. I have also had, I think I had a pike on using one of these once, but I don't know, it could have been a large bass. So yeah, these can be tipped with minnows. My favorite one is the one in the middle. It has a very good action actually, and I will show you that in a second. Alright, so now I will be demonstrating the movement of this particular crankbait. I have this small fishbowl here for demonstration purposes and my small ice combo. So basically, this is meant to be jigged. My favorite jigging pattern is usually one up, let it drop, then I do 1, 2 in rapid succession, let it drop. And normally it wouldn't be sitting on the bottom. It has to for this demonstration, but normally it would be suspended in the water, and this gives the fish the opportunity to bite between when you're jigging. So again, that's let it drop, up 1, let it drop, then 1, 2. And when you're really ice fishing, it would be a lot quicker pace than this. I'm just jigging it slower so you guys can see it. But this does work pretty well for me. I've caught, like I said before, a couple nice bass doing this. And yeah, also some nice perch too. So if you want to catch some nice sized panfish and pike, walleye, this is a very good method. If you're looking to catch some bass, it's also a good method. So yeah, let's move on to the Swedish pimple. Alright, so the Swedish pimple is generally tipped with a large minnow. It's basically like a spoon for ice fishing. This is a good, I have never caught a pike off of this. I have caught some bass. I always seem to catch bass instead of pike, but that's my luck. And if you caught panfish, they'd be very nice panfish off this. So generally this is just for pike and walleye and bass. Pretty much you just tip this with your favorite bait and jig it, let it sit for a while, keep jigging, You could do the same jigging pattern that I just showed you with the crankbait too. That would probably work well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I do have one more thing to show you guys before I close this video. Alright, so these are two pretty unique baits. I actually just used them for the first time yesterday, to be honest. And they actually worked out fairly well. I caught about 6 bluegill off them. I think 1 perch, I'm not quite sure, but 1 perch, and then I caught that small tiger muskie. If you guys saw my video from yesterday, you should check that out. It's alright, my first ice fishing video. But I really like these because it's basically a gold Aberdeen hook connected with a small chain to a minnow body, which actually has fairly decent movement. The body's weighted, so it drops fairly well. You can just jig this, tip it with your favorite bait. Maybe you could even put a wax worm on the Aberdeen. Minnow on the Aberdeen would work good too. I think these are meant to catch any fish because the hook is fairly small, but not small enough that a pike or a walleye or even a bass could take it. So that's why I like these. They can, they're great action. They can pretty much lure in any kind of fish, panfish, big game fish, whatever. And yes, so thanks for watching this video, guys, and I really appreciate all the comments I've been getting recently, and yeah, and also, if you subscribe to me, just let me know, and I will definitely subscribe back. I really appreciate it. If you give this video a like, that'd also be pretty nice. So, thanks for watching, guys.